Imagine your staff taking home more money from their tips because federal income tax is no longer withheld, but you still stay compliant with payroll taxes and it doesn't cost you more as the business owner. That's exactly what's happening under the new OBBBA No Tax on Tips rule. Welcome to the Freedom Group channel. Freedom Group is made up of 3 companies that have served this community for more than 20 years in the areas of taxes, accounting, insurance, financial planning, and real estate. We provide complete support for your business and also your personal needs. So if you're a new business owner or you just want to understand how these new laws affect you and your team, you're in the right place. Today, we're unpacking one of the most talked about parts of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, or the OBBBA for short. It's the provision that eliminates federal income tax on tips. This isn't just a small change. It's gonna affect how employees get paid, how you run payroll, and how much money stays in your local economy. Until now, tips received by your employees were taxed like regular wages. So if a server had earned $500 in tips, federal income tax was withheld along with Social Security and Medicare. Employers had to report and withhold all of it. Employees took home less than they earned, of course. Now, qualifying tips are exempt from federal income tax. This means that employees are no longer going to be subject to that federal income tax withholding on the tip portion. Businesses will have to adjust their payroll systems accordingly. Everyone still reports the total amount of tips, but the federal income part tax is gone. So here's what has not changed. The Social Security portion at 6.2% and Medicare at 1.45%. Those taxes still apply to tips, both for the employee and for the employer. The tips are still considered wages for those programs, for the FICA taxes. You still have to report and withhold those amounts. So your staff won't keep 100% of every tip, but without the federal income tax withholding, their take-home pay still rises compared to the old rules. For employees, or for you if you're an owner-operator who also earns tips, the immediate benefit is more take-home pay. No federal income tax withheld means more cash left over in each paycheck. Also, though, there is a max deduction for $25,000 or up to $25,000, which is going to lower your taxable income tax come tax time for federal purposes. And this is going to reduce your amount of tax due and also potentially can reduce your marginal tax rate on regular wages. That means you will have more money available for spending, but hopefully also for savings, emergencies, or paying down debt. As a business owner, you also have a benefit. It's going to be having happier employees without increasing your payroll costs. It's going to be easier to hire and retain people, and it's slightly going to be simpler on your payroll just because you're withholding less. But you still need to handle the Social Security and Medicare portion correctly to stay compliant. So let's see the savings explained with some numbers, okay? So say that you have a barista and that person receives $200 in tips this week. Before the OBBBA, maybe $50 went to federal income tax withholding and about $15 to Social Security and Medicare, leaving around $135 of their take-home pay. Now with the new law, the $50 federal income tax is gone. Only the $15 FICA portion is withheld. So now your barista takes home $185. That's another $50 that week. Over the course of the year, that's going to be $2,500 more in their pocket without you having to raise wages. So here are some key rules to keep in mind. Number 1 is that only voluntary tips qualify. So that means any automatic service charge, it's still considered a taxable wage. Number 2, Social Security and Medicare still apply. I can't stress this enough. Number 3, states make their own rules. So your state may still tax tips as income. Number 4, updating payroll software is going to be necessary and your W-2 reporting so that employees are going to be able to see the untaxed tips correctly. And what does this imply for as far as planning for the owners? So this is what you should know. You have to confirm which tips in your business qualify. You're going to have to adjust your payroll process to stop the federal income tax withholding on those tips, but continue the FICA withholding. You're going to have to educate, or you should educate your employees so that they're not surprised by the difference between the gross tips and their net paycheck. If you tell them in advance, it'll reduce the questions after they see it in their check. And also you're going to want to review overall compensation plans that your business offers. This is a good time to look at whatever service charges you have, tip pooling, and incentives. And you might be wondering, does this apply to state income tax? Not necessarily. Each state sets its own rules, so you're going to have to verify that depending on what state you are in. And what about service charges? Mandatory fees like those applied to large parties are still taxable as regular wages. Those are not exempt. Only true voluntary tips qualify. Could the IRS audit this? Of course they can. The IRS is updating its guidance, but good record keeping is still the essential part of the equation here. We can help you set all of that up. Just click on the link in the description to schedule your consultation with Freedom Group. We'll walk you through these changes step by step. So in conclusion, the OBBBA No Tax on Tips provision is designed to put more money into the hands of the people who earn it and to reduce the administrative burdens on businesses. For employees, it's going to end up resulting in higher take-home pay because federal income tax is no longer withheld. For the business owner, it just means a happier staff and slightly easier payroll, but you still need to handle Social Security and Medicare. Getting professional advice now can prevent costly mistakes later. If you'd like personalized guidance, Freedom Group can help. Schedule a consultation today and we'll review your particular situation, including how this OBBBA tip rule applies to you. And we can show you how to stay compliant while keeping more of your money in your pocket. Thanks for watching. And of course, if you found this helpful, please don't forget to like it, subscribe, and share with other business owners. To dive deeper into the other major tax changes in the OBBBA, watch the video appearing on your screen right now. In it, we cover some of the top 2025 tax laws every business owner should know. Click that suggestion and keep learning to stay ahead. God bless you, and we will see you in the next video.